Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I have had my workout this morning in the saddle. It was a good one, and I have 2 events to go to today. So I'm putting on my makeup. Event. I mean, I don't even know if that's a real word, is it? Per se, like if it pertains to my life, it's like just a thing, stuff I have to go to. I have a small graduation thing to go to, and I'm going dancing tonight for my birthday. I'm gonna use my Morphe beauty blender to put on my Osmosis foundation. I have been having the best look, you guys. I've been wearing and reaching for every single day my Osmosis press base powder, and it has been wearing all day. I'm just blown away, honestly, by a powder. I can't even deal with a powder sitting still on my dry, mature skin. It's just literally amazing. But I want my makeup to last all day, and then I'm gonna pump it up tonight to go to club and go dancing. So I'm gonna start out with the full face, so that way I can build on it later much easier. And I did start off with some Bye Bye Redness by It Cosmetics underneath my foundation. I had a red spot from being in the barn a lot. My allergies, very sensitive to the barn, cedar, the footing. It's okay. You just deal. And it's a pretty weekend here in Missouri. Hot. Of course, we didn't get a spring here. But hey, what's that saying? You ride the ride you get, you deal with the cards you were dealt. So we're just dealing with the cards we were dealt. So I'm going to put on some of my Osmosis Press Base to lock in my foundation. And to me, wearing this by itself, the key to it has been the brush. You have to make sure when you're wearing powder foundation that you have a large area you could buff with that doesn't leave lines, and that way it applies better. Now I'm just locking in my foundation with the Press Base Osmosis foundation. I did not put it under my eyes, but I want to get that locked in before any crease starts happening. Now I'm going in with my Hourglass Luminous Light. Is this Luminous Light? Yes, I got it right. Luminous Light. You'd think I'd have this all memorized by now, since this is the stuff I reach for every single day. And you can tell the difference between just wearing the Osmosis powder, how matte I looked, and then you just apply a little bit of Luminous Light, and that's what it gets you. Luminous Light. So I still haven't made it to the ingredient thing at Walmart. I have been jammed packed schedule. My hair is freshly clean now. I'm going to finish drying it, and as you can see, I haven't powdered in my hairline, which I do every single day. I find it really helps frame the face. My hairline isn't what it once was. So we just deal and we make light and shade and dark and light where we need it. 2 pumps of my Lila B. It's good for you, good for your skin. Now I'm going to use this itty bitty baby. Just pressing it in to help my powders, my foundation, just melt into the skin. Now I'm going to put on my concealer, Osmosis, in the shade Light. The key to any concealer, in my opinion, and my experience now that I have used this conditioner stick over and over and over, I even use it with different concealers. I use it with my Tarte Shape Tape, and let me tell you, it works well with others. The key to the under eye, I believe, yes, good formula, coverage. You don't want your stuff cracking, but I believe, in my opinion, cracking is helped out by using a good moisturizer stick in there. And I'm still breaking the rules of don't mix powders and creams, although I did not powder my under eye, which I never do until my concealer's on. But just putting my concealer, I've been trying this technique because, why? Because I've been wearing that Osmosis Pressed Base powder as my foundation. So I've been having to learn, can I mix a cream and a powder? Will it melt into my skin? Will it work? Or will it make me look like an ancient old lady? Well, it's been working great. I don't know if it's because the 2 products are Osmosis, good for you, good for your skin. Oh, and just to let you guys know, Susan Summers' website for Memorial Weekend has huge sales, 3 bundle packages for sale, a big hair package. It's got shampoo, conditioner, hair mask, her brilliant Brazilian oil stuff that I use on my hair every day and my daughter's hair every day. It's not really an oil. It's kind of like an oil, but it's much thicker. She formulated, her formulator formulated after the theory of Brazilian blowouts. They use a special, serum to do that with. So they formulated their own serum. And of course, great, brilliant. There's like 2 bottles of that in that package. All the packages are about $79, I believe. There's a supplement package, and it has a lot of products in it. There's a 3rd one, skincare package. You guys should go over there, check out the sale. The bundle sales are like on the last page, I believe, on the website. I've already been checking them out myself. And I'm just trying to figure out which package is going to suit me, meaning what are my needs right now. So I'm just trying to figure out which sale, which package am I going to take advantage of. Because this stuff, you'll never get that many supplements for $79. Even on her website, her supplements aren't, exotically expensive. But I wouldn't say that they were cheap either. So I just want to let you guys know that she has the sale going on, and it's really, really nice to take advantage of these nice sales that Susan does on her website. And I believe she's doing it to honor the military, which makes it even better. Yesterday she was live, doing a live thing on Facebook, and she had her military cap on and a tie. She looked really cute, as always. honoring her military. She said one of her favorite things in her career was to entertain the military. So she, just looking for a brush, guys. She had went on a carrier, a certain big ship, and entertained everyone. And I think it's a great memory for her. It sounds amazing. She got a flight jacket from a captain. I mean, sounds like just a great experience. I mean, heck, if I had any talent other than makeup and horse riding, I would definitely, the first thing I would want to do is entertain the military. Of course, maybe I'm biased because, we spent 30 years in the military, basically. I was married to it for 30 years, and I love it. I really, really love it. You have to have the mindset for it. That's definitely being a female. You definitely have to be able to know you can run your house alone, raise your kids alone, that it's not ideal circumstances or places to live, and that you sleep alone a lot. But the service to the country is a big, big deal, and the men need strong, strong women, back home holding the fort down, so they don't have to worry about the home side, because they know their strong woman has it handled. She's okay. She's not, falling apart. I mean, trust me, it's not like I never fell apart before. But I'm just saying, it takes strong females just pottering in to marry our military guys so they can go out and do what they need to do for the country and the betterment of our country, the protection of our country and our citizens. So I was really lucky in a lot of ways to be a military wife. In some ways I thought, I'm not so lucky. But for the most part, I really felt lucky that I lived all over the world. I met a lot of people. I traveled a lot that I probably couldn't have done otherwise. Of course, I'm using Nudie Patootie. I mean, are you guys shocked yet? I got a lot of cool little, I don't want to call them knickknacks because they're not like little stuff. I got nice crystal from Germany and Holland. I got, when I was in Holland, I made several trips there. I got a china set at the china factory. That was a big deal back in the day, that you could go to the china factory directly, and they had tour buses going, and you just basically took a tour bus to the front gate of the china factories, and they had all their sets kind of in a room, and pick your china set that you loved, and the price was unreal. I mean, unreal. Anyone could basically afford a 6 or 8 piece china set from Holland, but you could go to Dillard's and buy the same thing for $500 or more dollars. Honestly, I don't even know how much a good china set costs these days. I probably don't want to know, because I'd probably just fall over. And I just thought we'd chat while I get ready, if I didn't say that earlier. I'm pretty excited to go dancing tonight. So when I get back from the graduation party thing, I am going to pump up my makeup. I'm going to make it club worthy and add some glitter, sparkle. And I'm going to wear my hair straight tonight, so I'm going to let it down. I'm going to flat iron it row by row so I can really get it on. I thought about wearing it curly, and then I've been wearing it curly for the past, I don't know, week or so. So I was just like, no, I'll go ahead and wear it straight. And maybe I'll ride it like through the top area to give it some volume. And I'm using a big blender. That's Morphe 535. And also, what have I heard lately? What new tips of health do I have? Okay, I do have one that I don't think I've really talked about. I think I did, but I'm going to reiterate now that I've taken a whole bottle and I'm on my second bottle. Nasal. It's just titled Nasal on Life Extension. They did a lot of studies, per se, and figured out that, of course, we all know that our immune system is wrapped around our bowel. So, when you have really, bad allergies like me, I don't take any more medications for them. I mean, over-the-counter type or prescription, which I took like 4 dedicated prescriptions just for my allergies. It was bad. It was as high bad as it could get. My eyes, my nasal passages just would drip, drip, drip. I mean, everything. I was miserable all the time, so full of fluid, just so full of gunk. My ears hurt, blah, blah, blah. So just consider it a hot mess. So then, over time, I was able to drop all those. Once your body becomes more healthy in proportionate height and weight, and if you think that's not important, it's so important. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm just talking about the basic setup of the human body is designed to be at a certain weight for a height. This is why we spend millions of dollars treating chronic illnesses on the backside of life, because you don't see many 20-year-olds with chronic illnesses because their toxic burden hasn't built up enough yet. So it takes a while to give everyone reflux. Takes a while for your intolerances to build up. So then hence your allergies become worse and worse as you age. And I know I say this, and I've said it before, a lot of people are under the impression that it's a normal process of aging only in this day and age. Do you really think that a grandparents, say in the prairie times, were sitting around not working because they couldn't move or they couldn't breathe? People in their 60s and their 70s were vital to their own communities. I know this. I've studied it. They weren't chronically ill. Why weren't they chronically ill with basically no doctors available and no medications? Well, the difference is they ate real food. They killed their own meats, butchered their own animals, killed them, processed them all on site. They ate whatever they grew and whatever they butchered. And it makes a big difference because that's natural. They didn't own a lot of chemicals. They weren't spraying down their crops with tons of chemicals. They weren't. They were using manure. I'm just wetting my brush so I can tap on some color. I'm using my flat packing brush, one of my all-time favorite packers, Morphe. See this flary flat, very skinny type brushes for packing. Morphe 421. So think about that. People were not chronically ill back in the day. It just didn't happen. Yes, did anyone get ill? Of course they did. But they weren't chronically ill. Now, did I tell you I did tell you we created modern medicine to help human beings from dying from acute infectious disease. That means we were all, the reason why we died young was because we got an infection, any kind of infection, a cut. I'm not talking about like an ear infection or a tooth infection or whatever. Because back then they just pulled the tooth out and it was over. They didn't try to save them because they didn't know how. I mean infectious disease process, like quick onset, acute. Acute means quickly, it's going to take you down in a quick pace. And it took you down because the cleanliness, they didn't understand, bacteria processing. So this is why modern medicine came to be. It was invented to help us from not dying of acute infectious disease. So, guess what I'm using for my lid and my brow bone color? This will show you, ladies, you can use any kind of thing, any kind of way you want. This is Becca Highlighter in cahoots with Jaclyn Hill. This is Champagne Pop, one of the best daggone highlighters ever formulated, ever made. The color is stunning. It would look good on absolutely any skin type. It is stunning, stunning, stunning. So I'm actually using it as the base for spraying my brush again. I'm actually using it to do my brow bone and tap it onto my eyelid, because I kind of thought when it's time to kick up my makeup to go dancing, that if I had a great base of kind of Glow Baby Glow, that it will be easier for me to translate it into an evening look. And it is working out perfect. And I'm packing on and it looks terrible. Don't ever worry about when you're packing on color that it doesn't look right, because it doesn't. It always looks terrible when you're packing color. Then take your blending brush with no additional product and blend. So you get rid of this and you change it to a normal look. You see the difference between blending and no blending. Blending is life. It really behooves anyone to learn how to blend. It took me a while to understand the blending thing. I'm not going to kid you. It's not like I woke up one day and I was like, oh yeah, blending, I know how to do that. It did. It took me practice, and I just got in the mirror and figured out how to hold the brush. Don't choke up on it, push back on it, give yourself room. to use the brush that you have. The brush will do the work for you. When you learn how to kind of just control it a little bit, because you don't want to try to press or choke up on it and like that. You just want to be an artist and get your artistry on. And I'm going to touch base with this again. I've showed you this product before, but I cannot stress enough. Smashbox Always On Liquid Eyeliner. This is in black. Very felt tip, has a shaker in there. This eyeliner does not move. It does not bleed into your tear duct. You put it on, it sits there. I mean, it sits there. And it is the best stuff going, in my opinion, on the market. And I have tried a few things, let's be clear. Probably a lot of things, not just a few. The tip makes it real nice to get down in where it needs to go. Meaning down tight and then across. And it dries down quickly. And I'm making a line. Actually, I'm going to try to do it in the camera, which is not easy. I don't think I can. It's so weird to look at yourself in this kind of way and then do your art. It is not easy. But I'm gonna keep on trying because I want my wing to be sharp, but I can't see it. So you always are just kind of making a triangle and coming back on itself. That's what widens out the triangle and kind of gives you the groove. Is that going back is how you make it look really, really wide. And I wish I could do this hands-free. And someday I will be able to film and make a wing hands-free. And now I just want to beef up my line. And there's my line. When you wear a wing, if you're wearing a baby wing, you don't have to beef up your line, meaning make it thicker. But when you're wearing a thicker wing, you want to make sure that your eyeliner line is just a little bit wider, so it's more in balance with the wider wing. And my wing, I will not have to mess with tonight. It will stay there all day until you wash it off. This stuff does not move. And sometimes I have a hard time getting it off. That's for daggone sure. I just have to make sure that when I'm rubbing my eye, in a circular motion to take off my eye makeup, I just have to make sure that I'm doing a diligent job, so, I mean, you don't have to rub your eye off, but you have to be diligent or cognitive of making sure you're rubbing good enough to get down on your waterline, basically lash line to get off your eyeliner. So I'm going to make a wing on this side in the same concept. I'm using my face basically to stabilize my hand. And I'm going out and back into my own eye. I'm making a triangle from the bottom of my eye and now I'm gotta beef up my line because I'm wearing a wing. Mostly I wear baby wings, and I don't ever wear like these kind of wings unless I'm going out. It's easy to add wings on, like say you come home from work, you want to go out, your husband's like, let's go out to dinner, or you want to kind of beef up your look, you can easily just draw line, your wing on top of your existing makeup. A good liner will do that. It'll just go right on. I cannot say enough about this eyeliner. It is absolutely amazing. This is my all-time favorite liquid eyeliner. It's my all-time favorite delivery style. I find I can really control this better. I have gel liners with my eyeliner brushes, which I can do, but I find that is, especially because I'm not a professional at making wings, so I'll take all the help I can get, and I'm just gonna put on a tad of mascara because I'm wearing lashes today. Of course, it's the weekend, blah blah blah. I'm wearing Kiss lashes, little black dress, and what I end up doing is I'm going to clip to make them a little shorter, so you can tell the inner corner is shorter, then it builds up. So these are made for hooded eyes. When you have hooded eyes, you want to make sure that the inside corner is basically nothing and leaning towards the outside edge is where you want your volume, because it opens up this space from your pupil in and makes you look like your eye is rounder. And I'm just putting on a very small amount of mascara because I'm adding lashes, and I'm just kind of getting it going, just putting just a tiny bit on, a little bit of coats. Then I'll readdress my lower lash line, and I want to put on some bronzer, and I want to wear Hourglass, and my favorite bronzer brush still is Morphe E59. So I'm still digging the Luminous Bronze Light Hourglass. This is the one with a more kind of pinky peachy tone background, and I think I am so fair, which is fine. Give yourself some cheekbones, ladies. Carve them out. Carve them out. Get your frame framed. Run it right into that hairline. It won't hurt your hair. It won't hurt you. Give yourself some bones, because I don't have many. My face seems more saggy at this age, which is normal. But I do take my skin health stuff, which I showed you in a previous video. Photoceramides, basically ceramides, help maintain the layer barrier between the top of the skin. There's a layer right in between, and that's what we lose as the aging process. Remember, I was telling you, back of your hands is very difficult to hide aging in the back of our hands. It's like our hands collapse onto our tendons. As you can see, my tendons are really out. This also depends on hydration. I haven't had all of my hydration yet today, so this actually will look worse or more pronounced if your hydration is lower, and that's normal. So if you are thinking about, oh, what's wrong with the back of my hands, just check a list. How's my hydration lately? I'm gonna use some blush. This is Incandescent Electra. It's the peach based one. Hydration is very important to everyone, but especially as we age. You just want to make sure that you're always hydrated. And you cannot you cannot be hydrated with caffeine products. I wish, that was a thing, but it isn't. So, now I'm going to address my under eye. I'm going to use the exact same colors that I have up here from the Nudie Patootie. And I want to make sure that they're running together in a seamless motion. I'm actually going to kick it up a little bit and lower this wing, or I'm gonna wear it with Nakey, this very dark, vibrant brown. Gonna run them together. I'm leaning heavier on the outside corner. Now that I've got a base down, I'm going to use the stripped color. That was the main focus almost on the top, so that I'm kind of matchy, as it were. So you can tell I'm wearing the same color on tops, per se, even though I intensified it, as I am on the bottom. I did not, are you shocked? I did not bring a lip. But the only thing else I'm going to do off camera is glue on my lashes. And if I could figure out, since my update, how to pause and come back, I would, but I can't. So, you can tell your lashes which side they go on, and you always want to seat them up like this and go straight down onto the eye. Don't go like this when you're seating eyelashes. And like I said, I'm going to cut off this very end and scoot my lash more over to the corners. So this part of my eye remains open and big. Okay. What I'll do to compensate for the no pausing and da-da-da-da is I will stop now, do my hair, put my lashes on, kind of finish up anything else I want to finish, and I'm going to add some highlighter, and then I'll just pop back in and say, hey, here's my look, and then maybe I'll just pop back in tonight and show you how I bump it up for the dancing. So, Have a great Saturday, guys. Thanks for being here. Love you all. And I will see you on the next one.